It's coming Thursday, December 5th, direct from Orange County, California. The Fight Club OC has put together a fight card you won't want to miss. Former NABA Cruiserweight champ Latif Coyote, with an 18-0 record and trained by famed ringman Freddie Roach, will be making his heavyweight debut. Undefeated top heavyweight prospect Alexander the Great Flores, looking to go 14-0, faces his toughest opponent yet in Aaron Lyons. MMA action sees the OC's 3-0 Curtis Melander trying to keep his record unblemished. And don't miss the most beautiful MMA fighter in the cage today as LA's Christy Lopez makes her pro debut. Get all the great fighting action on internet pay-per-view and thefightchannel.com. And now you can get 6 new fight events on IPPV for the 1-year price of just $49.95, or the 6 events and the Fight Channel lineup for a 1-year price of only $69.95, which includes the explosive lineup on December 5th from the Fight Club OC. Don't miss all the action on IPPV.com. Go to thefightchannel.com and sign up right now. The numbers are right, and everyone's a winner at thenumbersareright.com. To be a contestant and have a chance to win one of the daily prizes, just send an email to contestant@emailondown.com. That's contestant@emailondown.com. You pick the winners and win. Football, fights, hockey, MMA, the Oscars, auto racing, and more. Check us out, thenumbersareright.com, where you can't lose, you can only win. And just by registering and playing online, you can be a weekly wild card winner, along with other contestants. For more information, go to thenumbersareright.com and enter today.
Welcome to The Numbers Are Right. It's October 3rd, 2013, and we got 3 contestants ready to play the famous, the one and only, The Numbers Are Right, the #1 game show on the internet. We got 3 contestants. We got Gary Spag, we got Whit Hayden, and we got the famous David Stewart. Are you guys ready to play?
Yes, yes.
Pass that mic down.
That would be a yes.
Good luck, boys.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to pick the NFL winners for Week 6 of 2013.
Here are the rules of The Numbers Are Right. Contestants will select a winner from each week's game selection from our website. You put on the top of your list your most likely winners, and the least likely of your winners go to the bottom. Each week, we'll select 2 contestants, and they will go head-to-head online, selecting their best winning selections. The winner of each show will win 2 tickets to see their favorite football team play. Also, everyone listening to this right now can enter a wild card contest weekly by going to our website right now at thenumbersareright.com and click where it says wild card entry. The wild card winner will also receive 2 free tickets to see their favorite team play. At the end of the year, all wild card contestants will have a chance to win $100,000 by getting 25 games in a row correct. To see the full details of the show, visit our website at thenumbersareright.com. Now back to you, Dom.
And Gary won the toss, that's why he's sitting right here. And Gary, who's your favorite football team?
Denver Broncos.
Well, Gary, if you win, you get 2 tickets to the Denver Broncos. And Whit, who's your favorite team?
All right, I'm going to say it's the San Diego Superchargers.
Well, he's going to save us about $200, okay, over the Broncos. And what were you getting?
I'm going to have to rely on the Detroit Lions this year.
I thought you were a Cowboy fan. Okay, he jumped ship. Okay, you guys ready to play? Gary, you get to go first, and you get to pick first, and the numbers are right on the NFL. And this week, there's 13 NFL teams playing, and we added 3 college teams to add a little spice to it. The way it works is you get 16 points for your first and most favorite pick. You guys understand that?
Yes.
And your second pick, you get 15 points and 14 points all the way down to 1. Then we have a second round of bonus questions for Monday Night Football, and then we're going to go to MMA and mixed martial arts, and we have the background of the famous Roy Engelbert Productions and the Fight Channel, and they just merged today because I gave them a big check, and that's why they merged. You know, that money always helps, and these boys are really excited about getting tickets. You're going to win 2 tickets to the show, but you work here. But that's not really true. We're going to actually give him 2 NFL tickets if you win. Okay, so you get to go see the Chargers. Okay, Gary, who is your #1 pick in the NFL? And you can pick, we have 3 bonus questions this week, and the questions are, we got Ohio State and Northwestern. We added these ones. We added Iowa and Michigan State, and we Mississippi and Auburn. Okay, those are the 3 college games that we threw into the mix for Game 6. Gary, go ahead. Who's your first team?
My #1 pick is the St. Louis Rams.
Gary has the St. Louis Rams.
Over the
Okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
And Whit, who's
Top.
your favorite? Who's your team? You get to go twice.
Okay, top pick is the Denver Broncos, and secondly, take Ohio State over Northwestern on the road.
Well, I think that Ohio State was a very wise choice. That's only a 5 or 6 point favorite. I think it should be about 25 by the time they got. I'm from Ohio, so anyway, Mr. the famous David Stewart, who is your top pick, and give me your second pick also.
Dominic, there's absolutely no question in my mind that the Atlanta Falcons are going to do damage to the New York Jets. And as much as I hate to say it, the Ohio State Buckeyes, who have challenged no one this year or last year, it will probably just squeak
So you're
by
second,
Northwestern.
you're another intelligent man. You're showing some intelligence
yes,
right
I am,
now.
and I'm going to give the Ohio State Buckeyes.
So we got two Buckeyes that
little
are
bit of
top
credit.
picks. Okay, now we're going back to Mr.
I didn't add my second pick, by the way.
Well, you're going to go. You are now picking number 2 and number 3.
Okay.
Mr. Spag, Mr. Bronco.
I'm going to go with Northwestern over Ohio State, sir.
You're picking Northwestern over as your second pick.
As my second pick.
Well, Gary, I'm very glad you did that because you're not getting any tickets to that Denver Broncos. Okay, we're going to tell Gary, and who is your next pick?
My next pick would be the Chargers over the Raiders.
The Chargers over the Raiders.
Yes.
Okay, so Gary took Northwestern as his second pick to a team that won 17 games straight as this week. Okay. Whit?
Okay,
now
I'm gonna-
you're going to take number 3 and
Got it.
your number 3rd pick and your number 4 pick.
Third pick will be the Atlanta Falcons. The fourth pick, the St. Louis Rams.
Atlanta and St. Louis. Those are probably intelligent picks.
Dominic, I had to put my glasses on for this one.
Now you get to pick number 3 and 4 also right now.
Number 3 is as much as I like those Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, I'm pretty sure Denver is going to lay the wood to them and take their cheerleaders home with them. And my number 4 pick at this point in time would be the New Orleans Saints are probably going to do severe damage this weekend as well. So those would be my 3 and 4 picks.
Denver and New Orleans. Got it. Now, Gary, you pick your 4th and 5th pick. Give me your 4th pick first. Who do you like?
My 4th pick would be the Atlanta Falcons over the Jets.
Okay, and who is your 5th pick?
And my 5th pick would be Broncos over Dallas.
You know, you would think you might take Denver before Northwestern.
No, Northwestern is going to really surprise you.
They've lost 17 straight games to Ohio State, and they beat them. The last time they beat them was 1957. But no big deal.
Okay.
Fifth pick will be the Baltimore Ravens.
Your number 5, Whit, is taking Baltimore. That's an
Yeah, I'm
underdog.
going to play Baltimore there at home, getting some points against Miami team that's probably a little overrated. Then I'll go with the Seattle Seahawks, laying 3 points on the road at Indy. I don't care who they're playing, where they're playing. That Seattle team probably not going to lose for a little while.
Seattle is a big shocker this year, and Mr. the famous David Stewart.
Dominic, honestly, I
Your
don't
pick
see
number
how-
5.
I don't honestly see how the Green Bay Packers can't just absolutely destroy the Detroit Lions this week.
So you're picking Green Bay, or you're picking Detroit?
I'm picking Green Bay
Against your favorite
against
team.
my favorite team. As much as I'd like them to win, and as much as I'd like to go across that 8-mile bridge in Detroit,
Right.
I'm taking Green Bay.
And who's your number 6 pick?
Oh, goodness. And this was a very difficult decision. This is probably the most difficult decision this week, but I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. And,
Okay.
and I think they're going to win this game.
Well, if you guys don't understand how the game works, the first pick counts for 16, the second pick for 15, only if you get it right. 14, 13, all the way down. We're going to have some bonus questions in a minute, but we're going to Gary for his pick, his next pick, your number 6 pick.
6 and 7 or just 6?
Pick 6 first, then 7.
Okay, my 6th pick is Carolina over Arizona. And my 7th pick would be the Giants over Philly.
So you actually think the Giants will win a game?
Yes, they'll win one
They
game
won't go
this
0-16.
week. No, they won't.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
I go back to college for my 10-point pick. I take Auburn at home against Ole Miss. And then I go back to the NFL. Green Bay Packers laying points again on the road at Detroit. It's kind of a no-brainer pick. Take Green Bay on that 9th
Well,
spot.
Whit, if I was picking, I kind of like your picks.
Yeah.
But I think Ohio State should have been number 1. Not that I'm an alumni or grew up in Ohio. That doesn't matter. I wouldn't be prejudiced. Okay, Mr. David Stewart.
Well, at this stage of the game, Dominic, I'm going to have to say
For 10 points, your next pick?
For 10 points, I'm going to take the San Diego Chargers over the Oakland Raiders, since I live right in the middle of basically both those two teams.
And what is your 9-point question?
For my 9-point thing is, I think, a relatively easy bet at this point in time. The New England Patriots to probably just destroy the Cincinnati Bungles at this point.
Cincinnati?
In time. Yeah, the Bungles. Yes.
The Buckles?
Yeah, the Bungles.
Okay, well, Cincinnati did beat Green Bay, but they lost to the Browns. All right, now we're going into Gary. You're going in for your 9-point question. Who do you like?
That would be New Orleans over the Bears.
Okay. Well,
And-
that's a pick'em game.
Yeah, and with my 9th pick, I'd go Detroit over the Packers.
Detroit over the Packers.
Yes,
Wow,
sir.
you're going to make some Detroit people happy, but I don't think any Packer fans will believe in you. Okay, so we go to Whit. Whit, what's your next pick?
We go to my 8-point game, which is going to be the New England Patriots. And my 7-point game will be New Orleans. I'm not differing much from my compadres on the left and right, but anyway, I got those two right there.
Okay, then we're going to the famous David Stewart.
Well, Dominic, once again, I don't see how Baltimore can't absolutely lay the wood to the Miami Dolphins. How can a Dolphin not get drowned in Baltimore, for goodness sake?
Well, they did win the Super Bowl. Got to give them a little credit for that. But the Dolphins were 3-1, but they didn't look that good last week.
And my second pick after that would be, and I think this is a relatively easy one, is the Kansas City Chiefs to take out their opponent this weekend as well.
Okay, now we're going back to Gary. And
Okay.
Gary,
For my 8-point question, pick number 10, I'm going to do the Colts over Seattle. And my 11th pick would be the Cincinnati Bengals over the New England Patriots.
okay, well,
All right.
that's we have a split opinion on that Cincinnati and New England.
Yeah, and it's going to get split some more because I got the Tennessee Titans at home against the Kansas City Chiefs in the
Tennessee,
6th
we got
slot. We go to the 5 slot, and
well, you're going to take Tennessee over
I-
undefeated Kansas City.
yeah, I got Tennessee in that game.
Okay.
And I also have in the number 5 slot the New York Football Giants on the road at Philly. They both suck. We'll go with. I'll take the road
So
team.
you also don't believe the New York Football Giants will go winless?
No, not with Manning at quarterback. I'll take him over.
Well, they did
Vic.
lose the last 2 weeks
They're
by
not-
69
not
to
Vic.
7.
Yeah, right.
They got shut out once. It was pretty ugly. Okay, we're going back to the David Stewart.
Apparently, Dom, this is why you don't pick the answers, because you don't know nothing, very little about football.
Well, I would pick Ohio State number 1.
and
I
this-
would pick Northwestern.
Well, that would be your first
I know that
mistake,
one.
because I'm pretty sure the Oregon Ducks are the best college team in America.
Yeah, they're
But as much as I'm a USC fan, by the way.
Nice,
At
you have a
this
nice
point-
coach.
At this point in time, I guess I'm picking the Philadelphia, whatever they're called again.
Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah, the Eagles, yeah. Thought they were called the Pigeons, but apparently they're Eagles.
So we got one guy that believes the football New York Giants will be 0-5.
I'm that guy.
I got it. Who's your next pick?
After that, I
For 5 points.
saved this best for last for the Indianapolis Colts. There's very little doubt in my mind trying to get that last 5 points.
Now we're going back to the Donkey, Denver Donkey.
Denver Donkeys, baby. Here we go.
Okay, well,
All right, pick number 12 for 6 points. I'm going to go with the Dolphins over the Ravens. And for 5 points, pick number 13, I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans over the KC Chiefs.
Well,
What do you think about that,
we
Jack?
got half of you guys believing the KC Chiefs ain't for real. Okay, so you're taking a 2-2 team over the KC 4-0. All right, okay, I'll go for that. Whit,
Yeah, right.
come on, let's finish this
So we
off.
go to the 4 slot. I take the Arizona Cardinals, and number 3, San Diego Chargers over the Raiders.
It's pretty wise. You don't take too many dogs. Now we're going back to the David Stewart.
I can go back to college at this point in time,
You
right?
go anyone you want. You're on pick number 4. You only have 4 picks left.
At this point in time, I also would take the Arizona Cardinals. And would you like me to take another pick?
You got one more pick, yes.
And there's no doubt in my mind the Iowa Hawkeyes could beat any team in the Big Ten this year.
Any team.
Okay.
I will make a friendly wager when they play Ohio State, which they do. Ohio State will cover.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Gary.
Pick 14. I'm going with the Houston Texans over the San Francisco 49ers.
And your next pick?
And I've already picked Northwestern, must say it again, over Ohio State. And then my next one would be Michigan over Iowa. That's a no-brainer.
That's Michigan State.
Michigan State, sorry.
My
Okay,
two,
and
my
then
2
now we're
slot,
going
I'm
to
taking
Whit.
the Houston
For your
Texans.
number, for your 2-pointer.
Yeah, Houston Texans on the road at San Fran. I don't like the way San Francisco's playing this year at all.
Wow, that's going to be an upset. That
Yeah,
happens.
and then my last pick, I'll take Michigan State over Iowa in a coin flip of a game.
Michigan State. All right, now finish us off in this round, Mr. Famous David Stewart.
Well, in my traditional style, I'm going to take Auburn last. That's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. And I was not, and other than that,
Who's your last pick?
I don't have another team.
Okay. And then, Gary, what's your last pick? You should have a last pick, your number 16 team. Gary, what's your last pick?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who else?
Give him the.
I'm picking. If you
Well-
really want to know, I'll tell you. You really want to know? We can put an end to all this right now. There's no
Well, you
doubt
have
in my
1
mind that the New England Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl, and we can put an end to this whole. We don't even have to have this game
You
show
already
at this
picked
point.
New
in time.
England once. So
I know, and I'll pick them for the rest of the season.
Who's your last?
My last pick is going to be Mississippi over Auburn.
Mississippi. Well, that's the end of the round. We'll have to figure out what Dave's last pick was, and we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back. We're going to do the bonus rounds.
Millions of Americans have credit problems. Are you one of them? If you're in debt and feel your situation is hopeless, there is a way out. Arthur Minaldi and Associates has helped thousands of people who are in over their heads. Call Art at 909-844-2886 and find out how he can help you. Become debt-free. Call Arthur Minaldi and Associates at 909-844-2886 or go to www.fixyourcredit.com and start enjoying your life again. With interest rates at historic lows, now's a great time to invest in property. And one of the best ways to do so is to purchase a home that's been foreclosed on by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. But how do you find the best deals on HUD Homes? Go to www.hudhomeswesell.com or call Arthur Minaldi and Associates at 909-844-2886. There are properties all over the country. Go to www.hudhomeswesell.com or call 909-844-2886. It's coming Thursday, December 5th, direct from Orange County, California. The Fight Club OC has put together a fight card you won't want to miss. Former NABA Cruiserweight champ Latif Coyote, with an 18-0 record and trained by famed ringman Freddie Roach, will be making his heavyweight debut. Undefeated top heavyweight prospect Alexander the Great Flores, looking to go 14-0, faces his toughest opponent yet in Aaron Lyons. MMA action sees the OC's 3-0 Curtis Melander trying to keep his record unblemished. And don't miss the most beautiful MMA fighter in the cage today as LA's Christy Lopez makes her pro debut. Get all the great fighting action on internet pay-per-view and thefightchannel.com. And now you can get 6 new fight events on IPPV for the 1-year price of just $49.95, or the 6 events and the Fight Channel lineup for a 1-year price of only $69.95, which includes the explosive lineup on December 5th from the Fight Club OC. Don't miss all the action on IPPV.com. Go to thefightchannel.com and sign up right now. All those watching online right now can also enter to win by submitting your answers on the web at thenumbersareright.com. When you enter your answers, you automatically become eligible to become a wild card contestant and a chance to win the $100,000 grand prize. Please see the rules for details at thenumbersareright.com. Now back to you, Dom.
Welcome to Numbers Are Right. We're doing the bonus questions. We got our 3 contestants, Gary, Whit, and the famous Dave Stewart. And we're going to go to the Monday Night Football, our prop bets. And Gary, I want you to take your first 2 picks. Whit, you go 2, and you go 2. We have a total of 10 questions. These questions are from the football. The number 1 question, which team will have more first downs? Number 2 question, which team will have more rushing yards? Number 3, which team will have more passing yards? The number 4 question, which team will have more total yards? Number 5, which team will have more turnovers? Number 6, which team will have more time of possession? Number 7, which team will have more kickoff and punt return yards combined? Number 8, which team will have more penalties? I would say the Raiders, but they're not playing. Number 9, which team will get more sacks? And number 10, will there be a special teams touchdown or a defensive touchdown, yes or no? Okay, Gary, you can do 2. Do your first 2. We'll go to Whit and to David.
All right, with which team will have more first downs, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons.
And what's that number there?
It's
Number 10.
Number 10. Number 9, which team will have more rushing yards? I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons also.
And what's that number, Mr.?
Number 9. Number 4. Number 4.
Number 4, okay.
Will there,
Go ahead.
number 10-point question, will there be a special team or defensive touchdown? No, there will not be.
And what number is that?
That's
Whit?
number 10.
10, no.
And then number 9 will be which team will have more turnovers. That's number 5, the Jets.
You got it. Okay, Mr. Stewart.
Well, obviously, first you get to me eventually for some wisdom. And which team will have more first downs? The Falcons, of course.
And what number is that?
That'd be that's the first question, and that's my question number 1.
But what number is it here?
Number 1.
Okay.
Mr.
For 10 points.
For 10 points, that's number 1.
Okay, and your second?
My second one is which team will have more rushing yards? That's number 2, and that'd be the Falcons also.
Okay, Whit.
Number 8,
ahead.
which team will have more total yards? Atlanta, number 4. Which team will have more passing yards? This is in the 7th slot. Atlanta, number 3.
Okay, David. Your number 3 and number 4 pick for 8 at 7 points.
Number 3 pick for me is the Atlanta Falcons.
And what number is that?
That would be the number 3 pick. What team will have more passing yards? And which team will have more total yards? Number 4 is also the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
The Jets
Gary, go for your number 5.
My number 5 would
6
be
points.
which team will have more turnovers? I'm actually going to go with the Jets, number 6. And which team will have more time of possession? I would go with the Atlanta Falcons at number 8.
Okay.
Number
Whit?
6, which team will have more rushing yards? Atlanta, number 2. And then in the number 5 slot, which team will have more first downs? Atlanta, number 1.
Okay, Mr. Stewart.
For the first time in my life, I actually agree with my contestant over here and pick number 5. I also picked the Jets to have the most turnovers. And
So what number you like for your number?
Pick number 5. I picked the Jets.
Now we're going to go to another break, and we're going to come back to our mixed martial arts and our boxing predictions for the month of October 2013. We'll be back in just a minute.
Millions of Americans have credit problems. Are you one of them? If you're in debt and feel your situation is hopeless, there is a way out. Arthur Minaldi and Associates has helped thousands of people who are in over their heads. Call Art at 909-844-2886 and find out how he can help you. Become debt-free. Call Arthur Minaldi and Associates at 909-844-2886 or go to www.fixyourcredit.com and start enjoying your life again. With interest rates at historic lows, now's a great time to invest in property. And one of the best ways to do so is to purchase a home that's been foreclosed on by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. But how do you find the best deals on HUD Homes? Go to www.hudhomeswesell.com or call Arthur Minaldi and Associates at 909-844-2886. There are properties all over the country. Go to www.hudhomeswesell.com or call 909-844-2886.
Welcome to The Numbers Are Right. We're here in Costa Mesa, California at the hangar at the Orange County Fairgrounds. Roy Engelbert, the famous Roy Engelbert, who started the Los Angeles Lakers cheerleaders. You got to give him props for that. That's pretty impressive. He's also with the Fight Channel. The Fight Channel and Roy Engelbert Productions have went into a partnership, and we're here. Well, we're live. You're not. You're going to be on tape, but it's October 3rd. We're going to predict the fights coming up. The fights in October, and we're also going to be predicting the fights for December for Roy's fight in December, also here at the hangar. Okay, so we got our contestants. You guys have read the questions, and here are the questions. Who will win, Tito Ortiz or Rampage Jackson? Who will win, Vladimir Klitschko or Alexander Poffernik? And the third question, who's going to win, Juan Manuel Marquez or Timothy Bradley? Okay, number 4 question, a UFC fight. Who's going to win, Cain Velasquez or Junior Dos Santos? And number 4, who's going to win, Bernard Hopkins or Kurt Marat? And the 6th question, who's going to win? These are Roy's fighters. Alexander Flores is 13-0, and he's going to be fighting here at the hangar December 5th against Aaron Lyons, 12-12. Lyons is a really tough fighter, has fought top-ranked fighters. Number 3, we have a women's light championship fight, and that is for the lightweight championship. Lizette Meadow versus Melisenda Perez. I probably messed that up, and I'm sorry. I don't want to get beat up by her. And the number 3 is Nico Marcus versus Robert Hill, and the last 3 fights are all going to be at the hangar. And let's get rolling, boys, because the fights are about to start, and we got to get out of here. Mr. Gary, who is your favorite? Who do you like? And also, there's one more catch. You predict if there's going to be a knockout or not a knockout for 2 bonus points. The first question, you get 8 points, and then you predict, will there be a KO, yes or no? Mr. Spaggy, I want your first 2 picks.
Okay, number 1 pick would be, I'm going to go with Rampage Jackson by knockout over Tito. And my second pick will be Klitschko. I would say Bernardo is going to KO Klitschko.
Wow, Klitschko, he's 61-3, 51 knockouts. He's getting knocked out.
All right, my first pick is Nico Macias to knock out Robert Hill. My second pick will be Lisette Medal in a decision victory over this Melisenda Perez on December 5th.
Very good. And Mr. Stewart?
I'm going to stick with the traditional thing here that I believe Rampage is going to take out Ortiz. And I think it'll be I don't think there'll be a knockout.
And your second pick would be, is it KO, yes or no?
There'll be not a knockout. It'll be
Rampage is going to win by not a knockout for 8 points.
And I think Klitschko will win the fight one more time to defend his brother, and that will be a knockout.
Okay, Dominic.
Well, you got Klitschko beating the undefeated champion now for the W. That fight's happening Saturday. Okay. And you say he will knock him out.
All right, Dominic, for my third question here, Juan Manuel Marquez is going to KO Timothy Bradley. That's my selection there. And my fourth is I would go with Dos Santos on a decision.
6-point question, Bernard Hopkins to win by decision over Carl Murat. And in the 5th slot, I'll take Rampage Jackson KO over Tito Ortiz.
Well, we have all three of you guys think Rampage will knock out Tito. Well, I live in Huntington Beach. I wouldn't predict that. Well, we got all the picks, and exactly the boxing won't be over until December 5. But the NFL will be over next week. We appreciate you guys playing. Well, the numbers are right. We're here October 3rd, 2013 at the Hangar in Costa Mesa, California with Roy Engelberg Productions. And welcome and thank you for playing. The numbers are right. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Millions of Americans have credit problems. Are you one of them? If you're in debt and feel your situation is hopeless, there is a way out. Arthur Minaldi and Associates has helped thousands of people who are in over their heads. Call Art at 909-844-2886 and find out how he can help you. Become debt-free. Call Arthur Minaldi and Associates at 909-844-2886 or go to www.fixyourcredit.com and start enjoying your life again. With interest rates at historic lows, now is a great time to invest in property. And one of the best ways to do so is to purchase a home that's been foreclosed on by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. But how do you find the best deals on HUD Homes? Go to www.hudhomeswesell.com or call Arthur Minaldi and Associates at 909-844-2886. There are properties all over the country. Go to www.hudhomeswesell.com or call 909-844-2886.